And here I'd thought we won.
As did I.
Who knew the Ashen Demon had that kind of strength? Not that I'm making excuses. You gave me power of my own, and it still wasn't close to enough.
That's not true.
Of course it is. What am I even up against here? It's like I looked away for 1 second, and suddenly I was facing someone else entirely.
That would explain what was troubling me before. That is the unique danger I sensed. Still, you can win this fight. I know you can. And I'll do whatever I can to make it so. We'll claim victory over that monster together.
You know what? You're right. I'll be strong enough one day if I just keep at it. Still, one day could be years from now at this rate. We should probably think of a backup plan. Besides, Dimitri said they might even be working for the kingdom before long. We can't count on being rivals forever.
What a shocking turn of events! You'd seriously consider accepting that fiend as one of your allies?
You make it sound like the worst idea in the world. We have a war to win here, remember? Gotta keep an open mind.
Ah, I understand now. You've witnessed your adversary's true strength and convinced yourself you cannot win.
What? No. I just know a valuable resource when I see one. And we're far better off with them than we are against them.
If that's really how you feel, then so be it. But trust me, you don't need to worry. You'll get stronger soon, I promise. So maybe don't go relinquishing your prey just yet. After all, I desire nothing more than to see you achieve your goals.
A glove does not defy the hand, and yet you've done just that. So this is my name, yet I am also called the Beginning. I am progenitor and mother to all who call Fodlan home.
Where am I?
I am not here to answer all you ask. Yet I will grant the one. You stand before my throne. If you so wish, then take a seat. But know then that your flesh is mine to wield. You lack the power to resist.
My flesh? What are you saying?
You should not have interfered! I could have cut that wretch down with a stroke! Oh, that one vexes me so. When next we meet, I must step in and deal with them myself. It is quite clear that you cannot my power safely wield. Do I speak plain?
Not in the slightest. I have so many questions.
Hey, lazy bones. Get up already. You sure you're all right? You don't seem like yourself.
I'm fine. Just a strange dream.
Like the ones you used to have.
Yes, but this time we talked.
Huh?
You fool! That was no dream!
Ugh,
What's wrong?
nothing. Wait, didn't you...
Do you lack wits? My voice is not for him. Whenever I speak, it is for you alone.
On second thought, I think there is something wrong. I mean, my hair's still a different color, right?
Yes, and your eyes too. How that happened is beyond me. Anyway, we lost the battle, so probably best to wave this place goodbye and find somewhere to rest up.
Is that a fact?
Actually, I think I'd feel more comfortable staying here on the battlefield a while longer. I just need to swing my sword around, get my head on straight. Don't worry, I'll be fine.
If you say so, but if it gets any worse, tell me. This isn't an enemy we can beat if we're not at full strength. We're not just up against the kingdom here. They've got the church on their side too, and the Knights of Seros.
This will be a trying battle indeed, but I will follow you to the ends of the earth if I must, Captain. Even in the face of my own former colleagues, I won't pull a single punch.
Thanks, Alois. I know it won't be easy, but the Empire's shoving a lot of gold in our pockets for this. We've got to deliver on our end of the deal, even if it means taking on the Knights of Seros to do it.
You look troubled, Gerald. Is something wrong?
Can't hide anything from you, can I? It's just I have history with someone from the church. and I'd rather keep it as history if I can. I don't want anything to do with them, not as enemy or ally.
You're really going back to Ferdiad? After all it took to get to this point?
I will only be gone for a short while. A month at most, perhaps.
I don't understand. What could possibly demand your presence in the capital so urgently?
Is there something big going down in Ferdiad? I can't imagine things have gotten too out of hand with my father there to hold the line.
Explain to them, Boar. This is a threat only us Northerners understand.
Very well. A group of soldiers from the Srang region has broken through the defenses in Gautier territory and makes for the capital. According to reports, Duke Yvonne herself rode out to intercept them, but was overwhelmed and subsequently captured. All contact from Margrave Gautier has ceased as well, so we've no way of confirming any of this.
What? This is horrible.
You can say that again. There's no chance of mounting a war effort when your capital's been ransacked. To be honest, I can't imagine my old man going down that easy. It's still true that we've lost contact with him, though. Something's definitely happening here.
This is quite an alarming revelation indeed. Not only has the Church made the northern town of Camulus its new base of operations, but many of our members have been traveling to Ferdiad on a regular basis.
Srang. That's the peninsula north of Farkas, yes?
Yeah, but as far as I can remember, they've always been peaceful.
Peaceful? Hardly. You show even the slightest hint of weakness, and they'll sink their teeth into you without so much as a second thought.
The Srang region borders the northeast side of our kingdom. It's a harsh land, blanketed in snow from the outset of the year to its dying days. I can only assume they seek fertile ground, and in doing so, the means for their survival.
Shame. We could have negotiated had they not been so intent on pillaging.
As it stands, I'll be returning to the north to lead a force meant to repel them.
With both the Margrave and Duke Yvonne missing in action, the matter is gravely serious. His Majesty has no choice but to get personally involved.
If it's really that bad, wouldn't it be better if we tagged along? You'll need backup if the fight's gonna be as tough as you're making it out to be.
You cannot deny that, Dmitri. This matter concerns us as well. We would be remiss not to offer our assistance.
I appreciate the offer, truly. But we need to maintain a robust force here as well. You're one of the key figures in this army now. Look after Aryan Road for me.
We have struck a blow to the Empire's forces, but it is only a matter of time until they hit back.
Dedu, Rodrigue, the two of you will ride with me. A few dozen knights will be joining us as well.
Yes, Your Majesty.
It's still entirely possible that the Margrave's envoy was somehow delayed. That nothing is in fact amiss. Sylvain, I'd like you to await them here in Aryan Road, just in case.
Got it. Stay safe out there, Your Majesty.
As for you, Duke Fraldarius, I leave command of the army to you in my stead. If the envoy does arrive, well, the appropriate course of action will be in your hands. Just remember, the soldiers stationed here are not mere soldiers. They're kingdom citizens. And as such, we have a duty to protect every last one of them. If they're lost, I will have nothing left, save hollow prayers for the dead.
Fine then.
Please, don't look at me like that. I know this burden is a heavy one, but I suspect you will lead them better than I. Now then, I expect you all to keep word of my leaving between ourselves. It would not do to have that information fall into the Empire's hands.
Azure Gleam. The king awakens. The kingdom's assault on the former Arundel territory proves successful, but the wind carries dire word of invasion from Srang in the north. Having lost contact with Margrave Gautier, Dmitri departs Aryan Road and makes for the capital, Ferdiad. He fears he may be walking into a trap, yet he marches on all the same.
And you're sure?
Very. The Srang people did indeed attack, but they never broke through Gautier territory.
Meaning the Margrave is unharmed. Why then was our contact cut off?
It's possible someone within the kingdom is interfering. The Margrave suspected as much when his initial envoy never returned. In response, he dispatched a slew of messengers, myself included, all on wholly distinct routes. It would appear I'm the only one who arrived safely.
It's good to know my father's safe, but it's starting to sound like we have a big problem on our hands. Like as not, someone's ambushing these messengers as they pass through Blathed lands.
And this is bringing back bad memories. It's all too similar to when Count Rowe's convoy was attacked. The Boar suspected Cornelia at the time, and I'm growing ever more inclined to agree with him. Have you any news from the north? What of the capital and the king?
Nothing at the time of my departure, I'm sorry to report.
Guess there's only one way to find out then. We should head up there ourselves, Felix.
The Margrave would surely send word if something were to happen at the capital. I imagine we'll have more clarity on the situation in a few days' time.
We don't have a few days. You need to act, Felix, and you need to do it now.
But if we move too rashly, the Imperial forces near the fortress will grow wise to our maneuvers.
As though any of that'll matter if the king winds up dead. Losing Aryan Road would be the least of our worries then. We'd be trapped in a massive war of succession and easy pickings for the Empire.
Even at a distance, that man has an uncanny talent for giving me headaches. Very well. Notify all troops stationed at the fortress, and round up a team of our most elite soldiers. We're heading north. We've received a message from Margrave Gautier. It seems there's an emergency at the capital.
No. I hope His Majesty is safe.
Cornelia has arrived at the gates of Ferdiad, leading the combined forces of the Western Lords.
And here I thought we were keeping an eye on those guys. It seems they outsmarted us, though. If this message is anything to go by, they must have been hiding their tracks from us somehow.
Sounds like they're outfitted with strange new weapons as well, which they use to threaten the citizens of the capital. And so, our fearless leader surrendered to the enemy to protect the people of Ferdiad from harm. I'm not sure what's become of Dedu or my father.
And what about my father? He was guarding the city with Duke Ivan.
I haven't heard of any harm to Gustav, but we can't assume the same for the Duke.
I'm worried about Dedu and the others. I can only hope they're unharmed.
I agree, but they're not the sort who would abandon their duties to save their own skin.
We need to head north, Felix. There's no time to lose.
Right you are. We make for the capital.
Such a selfless leader, sacrificing his own well-being for that of his people. It seems somewhere along the way he's actually become the kind-hearted king you took him for.
Maybe. But if he does die, the people will be next.
As if there's any avoiding that. Let's say he'd turned his back on his citizens and sought to prolong his own life instead. He would be reviled as a warmonger, one who sought conflict to protect his people, only to abandon them to the wolves when it mattered most. Commoners and lords alike would cast off their allegiance to him, and the kingdom would plunge into chaos.
Either way, there's no point speculating. If Dmitri dies now, it's all over.
Ah, the struggles of being a leader. Your choices certainly carry more weight than those of a simple mercenary.
Merc life's a walk in the park in comparison. All you have to care about is you and your company. And if worst comes to worst, you can just drop everything and run for your life.
Not to say the profession doesn't have its own share of challenges. One's not necessarily harder than the other. But one thing is clear to me, at least. You'll never be cut out for the nobility.
I could do without the insults, thanks.
I trust you've been well, Your Majesty.
Do I look it? I suggest you have your eyes examined if so. I should sever your head clean from your shoulders for this.
My, wouldn't that be satisfying? But of course you can't do that now, can you? Your poor people's lives would be forfeit the moment you struck me down. As for your loyal knight and the former Duke Fraldarius, they're certainly giving it all they have, but a paltry force that size will hardly buy them any time. And once we've wrung the life from them, you'll be next. How tragic it'll be, facing your beloved citizens for the final time with a noose around your neck.
You know, I almost appreciate seeing such bold-faced sadism. There's not a hint of nuance to it.
Is that a compliment I hear? You'll make a lady blush if you're not careful. Ironic, isn't it? Both you and your father will have died alone, betrayed by lords from within the very kingdom you're meant to be ruling. From hasty reforms to insurrection and assassination, did you learn nothing from dear old Dad? It's only natural that those you refuse to help would hold a grudge.
Lady Cornelia, Kingdom soldiers approach the capital from the south. They're most likely returning from the assault on Aryan Road.
I've been a bit too careless, it seems. They've come far sooner than I had expected. Use the bandits to buy us some time. We'll form ranks and intercept these fools at the capital.
Understood.
Seems you get to cling to your pitiful little life a few moments longer, Your Majesty. What luck. Oh, but don't worry. When your end does come, it won't change your beloved Fodlin one bit. You see, these people are nothing more than simple-minded sheep. A ruler dies, and they all go flocking straight to whoever fills the void.
That they would hold a grudge. Yes, that is the way of revenge. Perhaps it was inevitable it would turn its cold gaze back upon me.
Oh, you're back. How's it looking over in Ferdiad?
The reports are true. There's some odd-looking weaponry mounted throughout the city. As far as I can tell, though, the townspeople themselves remain unharmed. I'm pleased to say Lord Roderick and Sir Gustav have been confirmed safe as well.
That's great. Where are they now?
After working to free Duke Ivan, they escaped the castle alongside some of the captured knights. Armed with what scant weaponry they could find, they've brought the fight down to the city itself.
My old man never ceases to amaze. Shouldn't even be a surprise at this point.
I should add, the Western Lord's armies aren't the only forces occupying the capital. There is another, one we can't identify at present. I doubt even the great Lord Roderick and Sir Gustav will be able to hold out much longer.
Sounds like they're in a bad spot. We should focus on keeping them safe, right?
Don't be too hasty. Why do you think the two of them are causing this uproar in the first place?
To create a diversion, I know. But I don't think that means we should just abandon them either.
I agree, Felix. I won't leave my father to die. Besides, I don't think His Majesty would want us saving him if it meant sacrificing two of his most loyal retainers.
Fine. We'll help them if we can. That better?
All that said, we won't be able to save the king while the townspeople are still in danger.
Sounds pretty straightforward then. We move on the castle and mop up in town as we go.
Annie and I know these streets better than the back of our hands. We can guide you.
Dedu must be somewhere in the castle too. We have to rescue him before it's too late.
Our plan's settled then. Everyone, move out! Come on, it's time to rescue our fool king, and whoever else we find along the way.
The streets are flooded with enemy soldiers, but one wrong step and we'll end up hurting the civilians instead. Be careful, everyone.
We'll start by carving a path to the castle town. On me!
We have no time to waste. Quickly, we must keep pressing on.
We're almost there. Keep going.
They've broken through our front lines. Move to counterattack!
Not the smartest move, opening the gate for us. Let's crush them here and push on into town.
Those must be the weapons we heard about. They look like some kind of fire orb.
I must return to the castle.
Dedu's surrounded. We have to help him.
And we'd better be quick about it by the look of things. We need to do something about that weapon, but I doubt attacking it head-on will do us any good.
There must be controls we could use to shut it down. I could swear I've seen such a thing somewhere around here.
You needn't worry about me. We must rescue His Majesty at once.
But we are worried. You're our friend too, just like Dimitri.
Lord Rodrigue is surely still out here, fighting in the streets.
Who do you think you face?
Rodrigue is struggling. We have to help.
Might as well deal with the other one too. I wonder if those are the controls.
Their assault has ceased. That should give us an easier time moving around now.
The attacks have come to a stop. They should be safe now.
I'm humbled you went out of your way to help me, and ashamed to admit my own weakness. You should have hurried straight to His Majesty, Felix. Yet here you are. Thank you.
You were getting overwhelmed. We weren't about to just watch you die.
I was wondering when your merry little band might show up. Lucky for you, I've got a nice mass grave ready and waiting.
His Majesty is in the castle. We must press on.
Guard this place with your lives.
Please be safe, Your Majesty.
If I can only hold out a little longer.
Father! Stay strong. We're coming.
Let us take this stronghold.
How did you... You saved my life.
I'm glad you're safe. Now come on. Let's kick some enemy behind, you and me.
I am grateful, but there is no time to dawdle. We must make to rescue the king at once.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll make it in time.
Eredfar belongs in His Majesty's hands. We must reclaim it.
Guard that lance with your lives! Don't let them have it!
Makes me sick seeing that thing with the enemy. We'll wrest it out of their cold, lifeless fingers.
Not much further.
This lance is a symbol of the kingdom, and it's all the boar has left of his father. Let's bring it back where it belongs.
Indeed. To His Majesty.
On me! Any who stand in our way will taste the pointed end of my lance.
Sneaking out of our room, are we? You know what this means.
We cannot allow even a single civilian casualty. Please, lend me your blade.
Like I'd do anything else.
All these ranged attacks are really cramping my style. We should find the controls and put an end to them once and for all.
No! Please, spare me!
What a pity. None of this would be happening if your dear king had just been a good little boy and done as he was told.
That drawbridge would serve to be our quickest route forward. But the controls have been tampered with.
No surprise there. I'd be more shocked if they'd left them intact. Engineers, repair the controls and lower the drawbridge. Then do what you must to keep it safe. I'm counting on you.
I see you came prepared, Felix. You have my thanks. I could never have hoped to accomplish that alone.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Let's have a little fun, shall we?
Let's take it for ourselves!
Think that did it.
We need to move fast. Attack!
Let's start the attack. We did it. Not much further now.
That should be all of them. Nice work.
Is this all you're capable of? Frankly, I'm getting a little bored here.
Talk all you want, witch. It won't spare you your fate.
It's always such a shame to see such promising young flames rush to be snuffed out before their time.
We all have our regrets in life, Cornelia. And soon you'll regret ever being born. Stop struggling and accept your fate, witch.
My, how simply terrifying. Do you really think you can afford to kill me? If you do, the truth about the tragedy of Dusker will evaporate into the shadows forever.
I have no intention of slaying you. Not yet. But if you have something to say, I suggest you spit it out before I change my mind. Now, Cornelia, earlier you said my father was betrayed, murdered by lords from within Fargus. But it was you who fueled the flame of that betrayal. You saw my uncle and Lord Arundel join hands, and you brought the Western lords and the Imperial nobles together. All of it was you.
What a fascinating theory.
There are two things I need to know. First, your motivation. Who are you working for, and why? I know what spurred my uncle and the Western lords to act, while the Empire has long smoldered, waiting for even the slightest spark to reignite their fury. There are 1,000 reasons why one might want to assassinate a king. But what's yours for this attempt on my life? And what of my father? Why murder him in a manner as roundabout as a staged raid? All you had to do was fail to end the plague 20 years ago, and the entire royal family would have been consumed by it.
You have a point, but I couldn't say. In a sense, that was another lifetime completely.
One more question, then. My stepmother's body was never recovered from the site of the tragedy. What happened to her? Tell me, Cornelia.
You'll find the answers you seek in the Imperial capital, though you'll have to extract them from your dearest stepsister. She must surely know something, wouldn't you think? After all, she is your stepmother's actual flesh and blood.
In Enbar.
Now, I've really enjoyed our little chat here, but I have so many places to be.
Why, you?
Don't be so sad. You'll be seeing me again before you even know it.
My apologies. Cornelia would not have escaped were it not for my carelessness. She's likely fled west in search of refuge with Viscount Mateus. As such, I will march west at once. I will not allow the Western territories to go unpunished for this.
Stop. Just stop.
Felix?
I've got something to say, Boar. And this time, you're going to listen. Time and time again, we've tried to get it through your thick skull. We might be your subjects, but we're your allies first. Yet you still insist on doing every little thing all by yourself. So what is it? Do you lack the ears to hear with? Or do you hear our words and just choose to ignore them?
Felix, that's enough. I know how you feel, but you need to contain yourself.
I can't. 2 whole years I've bitten my tongue. The fool needs to hear this in the plainest terms possible.
It was I who chose war with the Empire. I who murdered my uncle in cold blood. I who oppressed the Western Lords. I failed to save the people of Dusker. Failed to save Glenn. And my father. The lives my actions stole from them are mine to atone for, which I will do by exacting revenge on all who were involved, and by seeing my people safe. As for that burden, yes, I believe it is mine to bear alone.
You truly are a solid gold fool. One could search the kingdom high and low and not find another as utterly asinine as you. And the rest of you, don't just stand there, speak up.
Well, I know Felix has a strange way of showing it at times, but this is all because he worries about you, Dimitri.
And it's not just him either. We all do.
Your Majesty, you know my feelings on this matter. 6 years ago, I too watched as nearly everything I cared about was taken from me. And Felix is no different. He lost his brother that day. This pain is not yours to shoulder alone.
He's right, Your Majesty. That is why it is so frustrating to see you act like this.
I can't say it's too surprising, though. You've always kept everything to yourself, even when you were a little kid. But what you're going through now, it's more than one person could possibly manage on their own.
Please, Your Majesty, we just want to help. You can trust us.
Like I said before, all you need to do is ask, and I'll be at the ready. Besides, we'll all be out of work if you go this alone.
We will assist you in whatever we must, even vengeance.
Thank you, all of you.
Lady Cornelia, what's happened to you?
Ugh, I was too careless. I can hardly remember the last time I was this badly hurt. As for the capital, Viscount Mateus, we failed, and I doubt the king will soon forget our attempt to seize it.
What? But how?
Viscount, your son, the one who married a distant relative of House Gautier. They'll have his head. Same goes for the kin of all the other Western lords.
No.
This king is a fool, to be sure, but he's not foolish enough or kind enough to forgive those who serve his betrayers. I guarantee you that. His army will begin their march to subdue Western Fargus any moment now. If you don't want your territory stolen from you, or your life, then your only choice is to rise in revolt.
Yes, I understand. We will mobilize at once.
Azure Gleam, the blood-stained lance. The Western Lords suffered defeat at the capital. Cornelia, the instigator of the uprising, flees west and commands her allies, Viscounts Mateus and Gideon, to muster their forces. Hoping to settle this matter before re-engaging with the Empire, the Kingdom Army makes for the Mach region in order to defeat Cornelia and learn the truth of the tragedy of Dusker.
No. My uncle?
I'm afraid so. Among the rebels are houses Mateus and Gideon, and all the other Western lords from whom I've stripped power. They appear to have appointed Baron Dominic as their leader.
I'm so sorry, Annie. What could he be thinking?
House Dominic may be a mere barony at present, but they're a storied family whose lineage traces all the way back to the 10 elites. Centuries ago, when the wise King Klaus passed beyond the veil of death, he did so without naming a successor to the crown. And so, the 3 regions of the Holy Kingdom, Fargus, Mach, and Leicester, were divided among the 3 royal princes. House Dominic chose to side with the prince ruling Mach, who was eventually defeated by the forces of Fargus, leaving the once vast Dominic territory to be whittled down, meted out to the neighboring lords.
I know they held a grudge about that in the past, but surely it's ancient history at this point. Tons of people from House Dominic, my father included, have devoted their lives to serving the royal family. It makes me wonder if my uncle's heart is really in this fight.
As they stand now, House Dominic lacks the influence and might necessary to defy their surrounding lords. So when pushed to join the uprising, they would have had little choice but to go along. But that lack of strength might just be the key to our victory.
How do you mean, Gustav?
If we could only convince my brother to change sides, the Western territories would lose their leader. And if we were to follow that up with a decisive victory against a demoralized army, it would likely cause their military effort to collapse entirely.
Perhaps. But it'll be difficult to pry the Baron away without first eliminating those surrounding him.
Indeed. If nothing else, we'll need to turn the tide of war in our favor if we ever hope to empower the Baron to defect. For now, we must consider how best to break through their front. This is no small number of soldiers you offer. Are you sure Duscur can spare that many?
For good or ill, this is what our chief has decided. Preparations will take some time, but we are sworn to aid you, and we will stake our pride as a people on doing so.
Still, this is a far larger force than we ever asked for.
Please, you strove tirelessly to see our home return to us. The people of Duscur have not forgotten the kindness you showed. And though some may still think ill of you, we only offer as many soldiers as volunteered.
Duscur remains a kingdom territory. As such, I can't claim our relationship is one on equal footing. Yet, I want to believe your gracious support here will point the way to a new future for both your home and ours. Give your men my thanks, and once this war reaches its conclusion, I'll be sure to visit Duscur anew.
Understood. I'll be taking my leave now.
To do. None of this would be happening if not for the unflagging efforts of you and Rodrigue.
No, Your Majesty. Neither I nor Rodrigue could have accomplished this. Your sincerity is what won their trust.
I hope you speak true. Nothing I do will ever bring back their fallen loved ones, after all.
Yet you have shown us the truth all the same, allowed us to see a better future. Not only me, but everyone from Duscur.
And still, the whole picture remains elusive. A dark secret continues to linger over the tragedy, shrouded by shadow. Shedding light on it is my... No, it is our duty.
I have a message, Your Majesty. The Imperial Army has begun an assault on former Arundel territory.
They've caught on to us.
And? How does Arundel fare?
The force we sent to bolster their defenses still holds the castle, but they're under considerable pressure. They may not hold out much longer.
That bad, huh? Could they have planted spies in our midst at the fortress?
Even were that the case, this would be an odd turn of events. We left sizable reserves guarding both Aryan Road and Arundel. Under those circumstances, Felix's unit alone would seem enough to keep the enemy at bay.
But this enemy marches under the flag of the Black Eagles. They appear to be the Emperor's personal battalion.
Edelgard's trying to seize Aryan Road personally?
The Emperor has panache, I'll give her that. It takes some real guts to confront the Kingdom and Alliance simultaneously. If you ask me, it feels like quite a roll of the dice for us to keep focusing on the West, while the Imperial threat marches towards us unchecked.
We need to go help Aryan Road. If we don't ride out soon, the fortress could fall.
Now wait just a minute. What becomes of the uprising in the West if we do that? Of course we can't turn a blind eye to the Empire's attack either, but taking the sword to these insurrectionists must be our top priority.
Indeed. Considering the relative urgencies of both situations, the trouble in the West takes precedence. That said, the thought of Aryan Road falling into her hands is a difficult one to stomach.
Send forth the Knights of Seiros, then. We may be few in number, but even a small force can be all the difference when defending a siege. And given the debt we owe you, the Archbishop will surely not refuse you this favor.
Thank you, Sedith. I'll send an envoy to her at once. Go to Lady Rhea and request reinforcements from the knights at both Arundel and Aryan Road. Tell her, if Arundel proves too difficult to pacify, her knights should not hesitate to abandon it. If such an eventuality comes, they're to fall back to Aryan Road and hold the fortress with the others. Understood?
Yes, Your Majesty!
We don't have time to be sitting on our hands either. Let's hurry up and end this rebellion.
Right you are. There's not a moment to waste. We'll begin our war council at once.
I see. Then the regicide of our late King Lambert was orchestrated by none other than you and your accomplices here, Viscount Mateus. What's more, you had the audacity to pin the blame for your crime onto the innocent people of Dusker.
We did what we believed to be right, and we still believe it so. I bear neither shame nor regret for our actions.
Our hand was forced, Baron. We took no pleasure in the deed. But we could not lie down and allow Lambert to trample over us with his tyrannical policies.
His beloved Eastern lords may have submitted with naught but a whimper, knowing full well that they would always have the favor of the king. But we in the West refused to play his game. It's as simple as that.
I understand the situation you found yourself in, but I failed to see the righteousness or necessity in the measures you chose. Of course, aspects of Lambert's reign troubled me as well. Yet one can never predict what may lie on the other side of a violent, radical revolution. With that understanding in mind, I decided to obey the late king's wishes. If you took issue with his policy, you should have made a formal protest. Surely a dialogue is a more preferable outcome to cold-blooded murder.
Any protest we made would never have drowned out the chorus of his blind devotees.
Wrong. His Majesty would have listened had you only explained your troubles. I'm sure of it. Instead, you cast aside your duties as his retainers, crawled into a fetid bed with the Empire, and ended his life like the base cowards you are. Well, the time has come to face judgment for your sins.
My. Do you really think yourself so different from them, dear Baron?
Cornelia, you scheming wretch.
Judgment for your sins? Do you think this is one of that decrepit church's tired old parables? Sorry, but you're part of this now, trapped here like the rest of us. So be a good little boy and do your part in sowing chaos in Fargus and the rest of Fodlin while you're at it.
Gustav, Annette, the success of this plan lies on your shoulders.
We've got this, Your Majesty. I swear, we'll make my uncle see the light.
You sure about this, Dmitri? I probably shouldn't be saying this in front of the Baron's relatives, but the Western Lords could end up convincing Baron Dominic to lead them once more. Killing him now could spare us a storm of grief later.
It would be quicker, I'll admit that. But convincing him to join our cause will pay dividends later on. I'm sure of it.
Not to mention that the Baron's eldest son possesses a crest of his own. Even if the father falls, what's to stop the other lords from promoting his heir as their standard-bearer?
That's exactly why I'd rather this end with Baron Dominic as an ally, not a corpse. But first, we'll need to whittle down the armies of the other Western lords. Only then can we seek an opportunity to reach him.
Dmitri, we should get moving.
Right you are. Our numbers in this battle will be few. Much of our army is off defending Aryan Road from the Empire. In other words, this fight shall not be an easy one. But we cannot afford to fail. And I will need all of your help to ensure we do not.
I wonder what the Dmitri of a few months ago would say if he could hear you now. For what it's worth, I like this version of you better. You seem more at ease.
At ease, Yes, perhaps I am.
Look at you go, actually making friends. I can tell this has been quite a fulfilling time for you. Not to say I'm not pleased myself. I only hope you haven't forgotten your true purpose among all this camaraderie.
The Ashen Demon.
If you ever hope to reach the highest of heights, you need a powerful aspiration driving you forward. You know, when we first met, I was struck by the undeniable might of your will. Such strength laid bare the tremendous potential you hold for growth. But if you lose sight of your driving purpose, the growth I hope so dearly for you may not, in fact, come to pass.
Hey, Arval?
Yes?
Don't you think you're getting a bit too obsessed with this little grudge match?
Maybe so, though I don't believe that's all there is to it.
And my purpose? Why can't we just say it's fighting for Dmitri and call it a day? Right now, that's just as important to me as surpassing the Ashen Demon. Maybe even more so. Arval, out with it.
I suppose it just feels like our destiny. Like it's something we're meant to do.
Viscount Mateus, Viscount Elidor, they sure aren't holding anyone back. But where's my uncle in all of this?
As we discussed, we will focus our efforts on persuading the Baron to join our cause, and chip away at the others en route.
We march together. I will make my brother see reason if it is the last thing I do.
With all the progress we've made, the Western Lords are probably feeling the heat pretty hard. I bet he'll be receptive.
We won't have much hope of persuading the Baron without you, Gustav. Stay vigilant.
Such foolishness! Now, show them the price of their folly.
An ambush. There are likely more awaiting us elsewhere as well. Stay vigilant.
Stay out of my way! Nobody's stopping me from reaching my uncle!
My apologies for the trouble. Let us continue onward.
What savage beasts! Dispose of them!
No matter what may come our way, we can fend them off so long as we stand together.
That should do it. Let's keep moving, Gustav.
The Baron lies dead ahead. Onward!
We did it! All that's left is to convince my uncle.
I must speak with you, my brother. Please.
Gustav, how did you break through?
So you mean to sway our precious Baron Dominic to your cause? Well, I won't allow it.
There are so many of them. We can't let them reach my father.
Surely you see the Western Lords have no hope of winning this fight, my brother. But together, we can put an end to that seductress.
Yet if I join you and we should fail, what becomes of us then? What becomes of the citizens of my barony? However, my heart lies not in this fight. If you can promise victory, then I will join you.
Thank you, my brother. You will not regret this decision.
With my uncle on our side, we've got nothing to be afraid of.
So this is the sting of betrayal, Allow me to put you in your place. Oh, my dear Titanus, hunt these beasts down.
We cannot afford to lose the Baron after all we've done to secure his cooperation. We must defeat the Western Lords and see him safe.
This was our only option, Your Majesty. The Western Lords,
No words can spare you now. You may plead your case to my father, beyond the Veil of Death. Another one of Cornelia's weapons? The damage will be immeasurable if such a monstrosity is let loose.
But how? Cornelia said we would win this handily.
If they're working with Cornelia, then were the Western Lords involved in the tragedy?
Justice lies with us. I feel no shame for what we've done.
Why must so many die for the sake of your so-called justice?
Such powerful attacks. Conventional tactics will not serve us much good here.
My Titanus, how? If I had only reinforced its shell further.
That witch. She had that in her back pocket this whole time?
Our knowledge runs far deeper than you barbarians could ever hope to understand.
That's the last of their reinforcements. Things should be a little calmer now.
Let us march, my brother. We can reach Cornelia via the drawbridge to the east.
How dare you? Let's see how you like a taste of the Viscum's power.
What is this?
Those are the same weapons we fought back in Ferdiad. There must be a way to shut them down somewhere nearby.
I don't know what's up with those soldiers, but they're going after the Baron. As if we'll let them.
We've already seen those weapons back in Ferdiad. We know what to do. Form a barrier!
There are the controls. We should capture the stronghold first, though.
All right, time to shut this thing down.
This may not halt the attacks, but it will at least lessen their impact.
Whew, that was close. Let's go, Uncle.
Why can't you just be good little rats and die like you're supposed to?
They just don't stop coming. Come on, let's take them out.
Hear me well! Lower this drawbridge at once!
Is that Baron Dominic? Yes, my lord, right away!
Thank you, Uncle. Just a little bit further now.
So, they've come. On my life, you shall not break through!
We don't have time for this! What's your call, boar?
Forgive the delay, Warrior King of Fargus. Allow us to join the fray.
You've come. I will not forget this kindness. All units, forward!
Support from Dusker? Of all the lowly tricks, what do we do now?
Ugh, calm yourself, Ro. We still have plenty of cards up our sleeve.
More of those weapons! We'll never reach that witch now!
Let us help you. We'll shut those things down.
Calling for reinforcements, are you? How rude. I suppose it's time for the Western Knights to make their appearance.
The enemy will reclaim those weapons should the warriors from Dusker fall. We must bolster their defenses.
These weapons continue to amaze me, no matter how many times we fight them. They're like nothing I've ever seen before. I will not let you lay a hand on them!
We fought off the enemy reinforcements, but we must stay vigilant. Those guarding the weapons cannot be defeated.
That's one down. Let's get a move on to the next one.
Where did Cornelia get these weapons anyway?
That's that then. On to Cornelia.
Clever little vermin, aren't they? I'll need some time to reactivate the Viscum. I trust you know what to do, Count.
Yes, of course. I suppose that means I'll be going out there.
Count Ro himself is joining this battle, It matters not. Do what you must to protect those controls.
Worry not, King of Fargus. We will not let the controls fall into enemy hands.
We cannot let them reclaim those weapons. Do not allow the enemy near the strongholds.
I don't understand. Where did I go wrong?
Enough of this, Cornelia. None remain who can shield you from our vengeance.
I'd hoped to keep my hands clean, but it seems there's nothing for it. Entertain me, boy.
So, you've finally shown yourself. There will be no escape for you this time, I assure you.
We've managed to fight them off for now. Nicely done, everyone.
You Kingdom dogs are good at giving chase, I must admit.
It's only us and her now, but keep your heads on straight. And watch out for those weapons.
A man of Dusker, I should have exterminated you when I had the chance.
Even were His Majesty to forgive the atrocities you committed, I never will.
What's this? Has the disgraced knight come to lecture me about loyalty,
Say what you will, witch. I will atone for my transgressions when I claim your head.
I will ask you again, why did you slaughter them? If you don't want to greet death yourself, I suggest you speak true.
So it's a motive you seek, How about because I felt like it? Oh, good. Very good. Don't stop now. I'm actually enjoying this.
Not much further. Everyone, together!
I lose? Curse this feeble flesh!
Seize the witch. It's time she told us the truth.
What a horrible way to treat a saint.
Your mages have met their end, Cornelia. And soon, so will you. You cannot warp yourself out of this. Now let me ask you again. What became of my stepmother? Does she yet live?
No, long dead, I'm afraid. She killed the husband who kept her from the sweet little daughter she loved so dearly, only to lose her own life at that same daughter's hand.
You can't mean...
Didn't I already tell you? Your stepsister has the answers. Oh, so this body has reached its end. How pitifully frail you all are.
If I seek the truth, I'll have to retrieve it from the Emperor herself. Cornelia said as much before her spirit left this realm. Only a fool would take that temptress at her word. But I do believe there is truth to her claim. Edelgard knows something. The Empire was surely involved in my father's death. And perhaps she was as well.
Hold on, Boar. You owe us all an explanation here. The Emperor is your stepsister?
My apologies. I suppose I never mentioned it.
So if I've got this straight, after you were born, your dad got remarried to her mom?
Correct. Though the truth of my stepmother's background was never revealed to the public, as you can imagine. Of course, all that is in the past now. There is no reason to keep hiding it from my closest allies.
Your Majesty, if I may. I can handle the explanation.
That will no doubt prove faster. You knew my father many years longer than I did.
It all started 20 years ago, when a dreadful plague ravaged Ferdiad. King Lambert's wife was among those claimed by its spread. In hopes of bringing an end to the epidemic, the king sought experts from across the land, scholars, doctors, mages. Among those, it was an imperial scholar by the name of Cornelia who finally turned the page on our suffering and put an end to the pestilence.
Oh yes, I've heard about that. She helped develop many of the districts in the capital as well, didn't she?
It's a little weird to think she's the one who planned out the places we all lived.
They even used to call her a saint. What could have happened to her to make her so different?
Interestingly enough, she never asked for any kind of reward for her feat. Well, at first. In lieu of any compensation, monetary or otherwise, she requested that we rescue one of her old friends from the Empire, which is the story of how the late king came to meet his future wife, Lady Patricia. Or should I say, Lady Anselma.
I don't get it. Why would she need saving?
I'm not sure of all the details myself, but I know she was banished from the court after becoming involved in some sort of political dispute. Lambert always did have a soft spot for those in need. And of course, in the thick of all that, the two developed feelings for each other. It's difficult to say for sure if it was love, but it was something. Anyway, that's all I have.
Looking back on the events now, it's hard to know just how much of it was part of Cornelia's plot. In any case, I must learn more about my stepmother's death. I have no doubt it connects in some manner to the truth about the tragedy. Who was Cornelia working for? And what was Edelgard's role in all of it? If I truly want to know, well, there's only one person I can turn to.
You want to get answers from the Emperor of the very region we're at war with? Is that even possible? I mean, Edelgard is our enemy. She and her like have stamped the life out of so many of our allies. And we've done the same to hers. I don't see how the two sides could just sit down for a chat after all that.
Perhaps not. Make no mistake, she is still our bitter enemy. But I've no other choice. We've extracted all the information we could from the Western Lords. And as Cornelia has departed this world, the Emperor is the only one left we can turn to. Gustav, I'll be leaving reconstruction of the West to you and the Baron.
Understood, Your Majesty. Do you mean to make for Aryan Road?
Indeed I do. Even the most impregnable fortress in all Fodlan cannot hold off an onslaught forever. I know not how or when Edelgard will make her presence known, but we must hold the Silver Maiden, by any means necessary.
Azure Gleam. Reunion at the Fortress City. The Kingdom Army crushes the Western Lords, and with them, the budding civil war. But amidst the chaos, Adrestia strikes at Aryan Road. Dmitri marches on the Fortress City at once, and challenges the Emperor herself to save those trapped within the Silver Maiden's walls.
Let's reacquaint ourselves with the situation. Our forces have already pulled out of Arundel territory, and withdrawn to the fortress city of Aryan Road, the same city which finds itself now besieged by the Imperial Army.
Most troubling, Your Majesty.
The Knights of Saros dispatched their very best to the scene, but they find themselves at the sword end of the Emperor's personal guard. Still, the Citadel will not fall easily. The stalemate could continue for some time yet.
Can we really afford to wait, though? Aryan Road's supplies have got to be running thin by now.
If we go without proper preparation, the Imperial Army will simply crush us.
Agreed. We should be using the time we have to strike in a manner most favorable to our situation. What we need to do is sever the Imperial supply chain. Then, overwhelm and exterminate the withering remains of Edelgard's army.
Hold on. You want to win the whole war in one go?
Indeed I do. We have been gifted the opportunity of a lifetime, and I do not intend to let it slip through my fingers. It will be a pincer attack, with the fortress at the Empire's front and our battalion at their rear. Even with their larger numbers, we will hold the advantage.
All the more so with the Knights of Saros in charge of defending Aryan Road.
And even if the Emperor herself escapes, we'll have still dealt a huge blow to the Empire's military.
Oh, I feel nervous all of a sudden. I never expected we'd reach a decisive battle like this so soon. Will we truly be able to win?
We can do this. I know we can. The terrain here is in our favor. As long as we press that advantage, we'll come out on top.
Let us rally the troops, Your Majesty.
Yes. Onward. To victory.
There we have it. The Empire and the Kingdom finally squaring off in broad daylight. What a fascinating development. And a troubling one.
I am well acquainted with that look of yours, Claude. What could you be scheming this time? If I recall, you made a similar face the other afternoon when we swept aside the Imperial army ourselves.
Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I'm just contemplating the fate of the Alliance the only way I know how.
Don't worry about him, Lawrence. He doesn't always look it, but Claude takes this stuff seriously. I promise.
She's right, you know. I'm constantly thinking about our next plan of action. Thankfully, the Empire's turned its beady little eyes away from us for now. It seems they're focusing all their attention on the West. And we owe that title shift to Duke Gloucester's feigned betrayal. The former Duke Gloucester, I mean. Thanks to him, we managed to run the Empire clean out of Leicester. But there's more to their strategy shift than that.
Do you speak of the unrest within the kingdom? Such internal struggles would certainly leave them rather defenseless in the wake of an attack. But the situation may change anew at any moment. We mustn't grow complacent. If they emerge victorious against the kingdom, it is difficult to imagine what course of action the Imperial army would take next.
Yeah. Whatever happens in this battle, it'll shape the future of Fodlan for years to come. I might be brilliant, but even I'm having trouble predicting who's going to come out on top. But whoever it is, I'd bet anything we'll need to strike a deal to keep them at bay. I guess we should be ready for either outcome. Oh, and Lawrence, I'll be asking all sorts of little favors from you, so plan on being busy for a long while.
If needs must, I would do anything for the Alliance.
We can't stand in the crossfire between the Kingdom and the Empire forever. It's high time the Alliance grabbed the reins of history and started steering in our own direction.
Yes. Aryan Road's defensive capabilities have weakened considerably.
Do you still doubt me, Your Majesty? After I was so kind to sell you that delicious little tip about the secret passage.
Sneaky little whelp. I never uttered a word of that to you.
No, but the Count did. I won't be sharing under what circumstances, though.
I cannot overstate what a boon it is to have members of House Rowe aiding us during our siege of the Silver Maiden. Though it's truly a shame we could not stop the kingdom from reclaiming your territory.
The fault is mine. Such stumbles would never have occurred had I not faltered on the Leicester front. Count Rowe swore his allegiance to the Empire, yet our failure in battle granted our enemy free reign of his land.
Which is exactly why we've come to take it back. The internal strife plaguing the kingdom leaves them nigh defenseless. We cannot let this opportunity pass us by.
Indeed. Hubert would never let us hear the end of it, were we to overlook this chance. At least he finds himself busy with the Alliance for now.
Your Majesty, we've received word that the Knights of Seiros have been dispatched to Aryan Road. Few in number as their force may be, they are still some of the finest knights in all the continent, and well suited to a defensive struggle. I suggest we settle this matter at once, before the kingdom's main army arrives to further bolster their fortification.
Lord Gwendol, Yuri, this is why your actions will be so vitally important to our effort.
Yes, Your Majesty. Preparations are already complete. Follow me. I will escort you to the passageway.
As long as I receive my pay, you'll get whatever effort your gold can buy.
I will not allow things to end like this. No. This battle shall be the prime occasion to atone for my mistakes.
What a faithful man you are. Never flagging in your duty to that wretched Count. I suppose House Rowe must want its territory back quite badly, considering the fortune they were willing to pay me.
I see you've not lost that insolent mouth of yours. You should have refused the offer if you found it distasteful.
I enjoyed dealing with that decrepit old fool as little as you did, but he still paved my path into the academy. I've never liked the thought of owing him a favor, and this will finally settle our account. Now then, I should be off.
Yuri.
What is it, old man? Spit it out.
I pray for your safety.
Do what you will. I only pray you find a suitable place to breathe your last.
Bring your company over to the western wall. I'll defend the interior myself.
Yes, Lady Catherine.
Been a while since I've had the pleasure of watching you work, Catherine.
I could say the same of you. It's been, what, 2 years now since you left the Knights? You picked some time for a reunion.
The kingdom called and I answered. That's it. Besides...
What? If you got words for me, then spit 'em out.
Words, huh? You know, I wasn't sure what to expect when I heard there was an ex-bandit playing general over here. But your orders are precise, and you have some serious tactical know-how. If I didn't know any better, I'd think you were a trained leader.
Sometimes even bandits have great commanders. Not often, but I've seen it happen.
Our lands were always under siege by Srang forces. Got defense strategies practically beaten into me when I was a little kid.
You really are the former heir to House Gautier, then. I heard a lot about you when I was a kid myself. I'd always hoped to spar with you one day. Never thought you'd end up disowned.
Cram it. I'm the one who cut ties with that rotten house of mine.
You've done well to stay alive since.
Yeah, because I've got a purpose now. I'm gonna show the world that if I act all proper, even a crestless loser like me can accomplish whatever he wants. Ugh, made me sick to my stomach hearing that drivel. Even sicker coming from some weak-willed king with a crest who's been spoon-fed his whole life.
Yet here you are, fighting in his army. And well, at that.
Yeah, turns out the king's not the only weak-willed one around here. You know what they said to me? That I wasn't going to be held back by crests anymore. That the only thing tying me down now was my own past mistakes. Now look at me, square at the top of a squad full of crest bearers and none alike. But ridiculous as it sounds, part of me's actually come to like it.
Lady Catherine, our enemies are within the fortress, but all of the gates were sealed.
This is Aryan Road we're talking about. There's probably more than a few hidden passageways we're not aware of in here.
The former lord of this fortress, Count Rowe, fell in battle, but I doubt he was the only one familiar with the secrets of its construction.
Then we'll have to fight them off until reinforcements arrive. I will cut these trespassers down in one fell swoop.
We don't even know how many of them there are yet. Looks like I'm finally settling my debts.
Such a bleak outlook will only consign you and your soldiers to defeat.
Why you... Forget it. Look, if you want to make it out of this alive, you'll listen close. A fortress like this has always got a secret passage. And there's only a few places it could be.
The fighting has reached Aryan Road's inner walls. The enemy must have entered through some unknown route.
I'm glad they're already in. Just means more chances to show what I can do.
I appreciate your confidence. Is everyone prepared? Today, we will deal a decisive blow not only to the vile Emperor, but to all of Adrestia. And I will be depending on each and every one of you to do it. Now, with me!